Hey.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you again.
What's up with the Buffy flip?
My name is Nakia Franklin, and she
I'm
is,
Von Greta.
and we are your hosts of the Really Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. It is a
That's-
pleasure to have you here this evening. We
Yes,
hope,
it is.
yes, we hope you had an opportunity to watch our episode number 31.
Lord, that went a different way than we planned. Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. And I think that we did a phenomenal job with what we had to work with.
I would certainly agree, my dear sister.
Oh my gosh. And sis, you're just so elegant. You're
Thank
so
you.
poised. And I think the women that were displayed on this evening's episode had an opportunity to really shine and be presented in their best light. Very authentic and transparent. Yet,
Especially what you have to work with. I
yeah.
would like to introduce to some and present to others the Slappy
Well, greetings and salutations, ladies. How are thy?
Oh
Oh,
my God,
mine
you took a
is
bite of my dinner.
amazing.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Allow me to start by saying, Nakia, don't roll your tongue like that, girl, when you talking about me. You know.
Oh, Lord.
You
Here we
already
go.
know.
Here we go.
I be trying to be good sometimes, but you don't make it easy.
Look,
I
man.
said when we said your name to join us on the after the party show, I said he is going to come for you with that lip trill, homegirl.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Well,
Mm.
I got to give you something.
Yeah, you do. And I love it when you give it to me. I love it when you give it to me.
For it tonight. Look at that little
you
grin.
know, if I can't honor Slappy no other way, I'm going to have to honor my friend this way.
Yeah, yeah. I receive. I
Look, she giving you
receive.
a shoulder and everything.
I know. See, I receive every bit of sexy that you want to throw my way. I love it. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Also, I wanted to take a second and ask Alexa something. Just bear with me. I just wanted to ask her something. Alexa, what is the definition of genre?
As a noun, genre is usually defined as a class or category
Class or
of artistic
category
endeavor having
of
a
artistic
particular
endeavor.
form,
Okay,
content, technique, or the like.
got it.
As an adjective,
Okay, it's an
genre
adjective
is
too.
usually defined as of or relating to genre. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for genre.
Okay, that'll be enough. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that. Don't ask me why. I just wanted to ask. So how y'all been? Why are we quiet? Why are we quiet? I just that's a question that I had just been it had been popping in my head. It was bothering me. That's all. I just wanted to make sure I got the definition for the people out there, just in case somebody was confused. That's it. So,
Slappy.
how are things?
Slappy.
Y'all pray for me. Pray for me.
Hey, Slappy. Hey, Slappy. So, with all of that education
Yeah,
that we just received,
because somebody needed to know that. That's all I'm saying. Somebody.
with all that education that we just received,
Yes,
how are you doing, Slappy? How
I
has
am
it?
blessed. I'm blessed and highly blessed and highly. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't do no good, and I don't think nobody want to hear it.
Well,
So
I
let me
knew you
say
was
this.
on mute. I knew you was
And
on
it's a
mute. I
good
wasn't going
thing.
to say nothing.
It was a good thing.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
So Slappy,
Yes.
let's discover genre.
Let's.
Genre.
Yes.
Now I want you to say Nakia is sexy And I would like you to express that in a jazz genre. Nakia is sexy.
How would I express that in a jazz genre?
Well, I'll start. You say Nakia is sexy. I'm going to say Shamar Moore is sexy.
Okay, you start.
I'm just gonna sit here and shut the hell up. That's all I'm gonna do.
Woo-boo-doo-doo-doo, Shamar, the way you hold your gun on sword just is so very sexy to me. Ooh, that was classical jazz. Go. Or pick a genre and
Here we
say
go. Now,
we cover jazz.
We can do. Yeah, jazz is where you excel. I'm gonna go R&B. That's smart.
Oh, come on, R&B. Nakia, you ready?
I ain't ready.
I'm gonna go R&B.
Here we go.
Already hurt.
Go 90s male group R&B. There's no
90s male group R&B. Okay. Here we go. Can I taste your lips? The lips between your hips.
Oh shit! Shoot.
And step to you like that. 'Cause you're sexy and you know it, girl. I gotta do the hand with it. You're sexy and you know it, girl. If I was standing, I would spin and then slide.
Oh wow!
That's how you know.
You can't do it without a spin and a slide.
You gotta do the spin and the slide.
Genre. Let's
Especially
do
in the 90s. In the 90s, you got to do the spin and the slide. I'm sorry, everybody in the 90s did.
Back up, spin, then slide.
Yeah,
then slide. And then
do it right now. Get it all up in there. Get it all in there. Get it all in.
Then you got to slide backwards, and then when it's your turn to lead, you slide up to that mic. You got to slide up to the mic. That's old school right there.
If
you back there doing background dances and everything, then you slide up.
You got Drew Hill. You have when New Edition came back with the white suits. I'm still the man for life. We was like, yes, you sealed it. And you know, Backstreet. Ooh, that second half of the CD. God damn.
Literally, and to be honest, I literally wrote a song that says, I need your heart to love me like your lips do.
Oh God. Are you asserting which lips?
You remember, shut your face.
He just saying he's gonna love you the lips between your thighs. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that the children
either one of them
at this time that the children
I'm just saying. Because my follow-up question had something to do with which one we were talking about, but since you said either one, then I just keep my thoughts to myself.
Yeah, because either one, because both of your lips seem to love me a little more than your heart does. So that's.
But are you asserting that her heart just don't love you, or your loving is that powerful that it can overtake one's heart and feelings to love you? I'm just trying.
Yours is deeper. See, yours is deeper. Mine's wasn't that deep when I wrote it. When I wrote it, it basically was just saying the sexual connection that we have is stronger than the emotional.
I just put myself in the corner and unmute if I need to, because there are more things we can discover in this topic. But I'm sure
that Nakia is not going to let us go there.
You know. Sometimes a lot of times you want the emotional connection over the sexual connection, but it's good to have
the emotional connection over the sexual.
No. I want it even.
Well, we can't have it even. That would be
You can't have
ideal.
it even.
That would be ideal to have it
You
both
can
sexual
have
and
it even.
emotional. But I would want the emotional connection over more than the sexual connection, because eventually that emotion is going to keep me there. That's what's going to keep me there. The sexual is going to be there, but eventually it's going to fade to some degree, because we ain't going to be as young as we used to
I
be.
mean, that's true,
So,
but in the beginning,
I need you to make sure that that emotional connection is solidified, because if we sitting in the house chilling and I ain't trying to deal with you right now,
Yeah.
physically, I need you
to still love me when I'm not tapping you.
right.
That's pretty
If
much what it is.
if I ain't feeling you, you mad at me or whatever the case may be, okay, cool. But as long as I know I got your heart and you have mine, and we have that emotional connection, that spiritual bond, then I'm good. Now I can rub your shoulders, I can touch on you, I can
keep going. What else you gonna do, girl? Talk slow.
Tell me everything. Tell me everything. You know what I found out though? You know what I you know what I've noticed though? You know what I've noticed? When you're truly connected emotionally, the sexual connection gonna be there.
It's deeper.
Absolutely.
For me, we ain't supposed to be telling all my business.
Tell it all, girl. I need to know.
Speak slowly,
I need all the tea, all of
At
it.
the end of the day, because that emotional connection for me is that much more powerful. And when I have that emotional connection, everything else falls in line. So you have
Yes,
that,
Lord.
I have that emotional connection, that spiritual connection. We have that respect for one another. And then everything else, this, falls in line. It falls in place. It intertwines, it's binding, but
I-
if I don't have that emotional connection with you, because with your mind,
Yeah.
my mind, if you can engage with my mind, if you're intellectual, if you can come with it, with that force, with that mental, capacity,
Yes.
Go ahead.
then we can, everything else, will
So,
begin to come together.
so basically what she's saying is if the head is fire, the head is
It's
fire.
fire. So again, for the record, that's why I said they need to be even. Because if indeed you have touched me spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and you are honorable, and your shit is together, and you a man of the Lord, and ain't no dead fruit coming from a diseased root in your life, everything will fall into place. But it's got to be even, because I that's all. Because if I keep talking, I'm gonna get put in the corner.
Yeah,
If you can find both of them that is even, that is a beautiful thing.
right,
Wouldn't it be nice?
yeah,
But nothing is too hard for the Lord.
Not the
that's
Shabba
That's
Ranks
true.
Jesus.
But with all of that evenness, we have to make sure that we have the same capacity to give what we're asking for. So I want to be, I know I can please you either way it go. However,
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, I'm gonna bring that emotional, mental connection to the table. So I need you to be able to bring that to the table too, because I don't need the unequal balance. Because
have you seen
you lose interest, and then you start looking elsewhere for that what you're bringing to the table, that emotional connection or that physical connection. If one isn't balanced enough, then that's when people start seeking. That's all I'm saying.
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
has to be a commitment.
Let me tell you this. If the emotional part is so strong, the slightest thing from touching of the hands will make you go have to take a shower.
That's okay, but that's
what
real talk.
That's what a power is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well,
That's
you know what? Let me present this thought then. Let's take that a step further, if we may. You should not even have to touch me for me to have to go take a shower.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right there.
The look.
But it don't hurt.
I don't even have to
look in the room.
of your
No, you
existence
don't even
on
gotta
this
be in the
planet.
room. Just
God, we sing it.
That's the mere
You
thought of
sing
it.
the
there you
flame.
go. It's just a mere thought of
Mm,
knowing that we have that connection, we have that ability
Mm-hmm.
to engage with one another,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing
Mm-hmm.
that the mental engagement that we have is that powerful
mm.
in itself,
She
that
taking moments, Lord.
itself this leads to everything else being righteous.
I mean,
Oh,
we can call it on the Lord. I know everybody. I mean, but you know what? God's fault. Don't even come at me with man wrote the Bible thing. I'm about to talk like either you believe it or you don't. God saw fit that it was so real. The love we have for one another. I mean, that's the gracious love of God that we can enjoy this coming together. And I'm not just talking about copulation sexually. I'm saying
Mhm.
just the whole coming together of it. We are blessed by it. He found it so important for us to know what passion should be to listen to the Bible. I mean, Solomon and Sheba heard about one another, and they were both leaders,
Mhm.
so they were equally yoked, right? They heard about one another and were turned up before they even met each other. She bringing caravans of gifts, and he like, what do you want, baby? I got you, But it was
mm,
I heard about your words, and I just wanted to come see for myself.
Hmm.
And he
Hmm.
was patient. In the word of God, women, listen to me right now. When
heard
dudes
over a nation.
ask too many questions, is right there in King's Jesus. She asked him everything she could think of, and the Bible says he answered everything she had, everything she wanted to know. What else? What
My
else?
Lord.
What
What
else?
else you got?
I'm here for you. I am right here.
Right.
He made her receive the energy of I am about you, girl.
Hmm.
And this is a
Listen.
man
You
who
know
God
when
gave,
when
and this is a man who God gave a blank check. God said,
Yeah.
what you want me to do for you? He could have said anything. That's a blank check. I want this. He said, give me wisdom to lead your people. Understand that's the richest man that ever did live, ever will, because of his wisdom. And he knew how to talk a woman into, oh, because she said,
Mm.
now the waters are flowing. She let him in. I'm just telling you what the Bible says. Go read it
That
for
was the
yourself.
Bible. That's the word.
the
That's
whole
the word.
word, there was a whole testimony right there. Y'all
And you
better
can't say
really
you
read.
can't say he could talk her out of draws because I don't even think they wore any back then.
Exactly. That's why I had to stop that because I'm like, she didn't have on. She had a skirt at best
She,
and some
she,
and some oil that was,
they
probably
Okay.
had some
they
her
called them
frankincense.
garments back then.
Okay.
They
So
were garments.
so why we so deep up in this conversation? We're going to forward this conversation
She
because
always trying to get us out the juice and stuff, slapping.
I
But I'm
know.
gonna be quiet.
Well, let me end it. Let me end this with this. Trey Songz said sex ain't better than love. But I say sex sure do make love better.
And I will pass the collection plate on that. Hallelujah.
There it is.
and I'm a
On to
side
you, Miss
money.
Lakia.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Well, thank y'all. See, the people that don't be joining us for the after show, after party, be missing out on some deep
Listen,
stuff because
this is wisdom we shooting y'all.
Hey,
this,
we don't never know which way it's gonna go.
right. This is where the real and the real raw come up out the mouths of the babes of Von
Yeah.
Greta, Nakia, and of course, Lisa Slappy Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm in the building. Yeah. Okay. On to you, Miss Franklin.
thank you. Thank you. So, I just want to say that there was so much that came out of the episode this evening because I don't want to step over. There was so much that came out of this episode this evening. And it's important for us to give to our audience a true, authentic conversation that is needed and necessary. And so, whenever we have guests on, y'all will see us pull and engage, and you all will see us bring the conversation forward to a deeper degree to make sure that what we're bringing out is exactly what should be presented, because we don't do surface stuff, we do deep stuff, right? And it's always to respect our guests, and it's always to make sure that those that are in need of whatever God has for that person is able to receive it. And we appreciate all of our guests. We appreciate all of our audience members. And, we ask that y'all continue to share this stuff out, because you never know who it will make a difference for, and who is seeking a way to get out, seeking a way to find refuge, or seeking a way to get something in their spirit, or trigger them to say, now it's my time. Now I can go. I see how I can survive this. And I didn't say it on the episode, but I didn't want to not speak on it. When we're talking about getting out of a situation, or running from, or escaping from, I also don't want to underestimate the power of the pedophile, or the offender. I also want to make note of the fact that there are people who have lost their lives while they've tried to escape and get away, because of the power of the person who has a control over them. So no matter what you do and how you do it, I ask that you be safe. And every individual knows their situation and their condition. They know their position. So trust your intuition, but I also need you to know that you have to trust God beyond anything else, and protect yourself, and seek refuge, seek assistance as soon as you can, and don't stay stuck in that position. Don't stay bent over, because you're greater than that, and you have the right to stand firm and stand with your back straight and your head up, with power, knowing that you're getting through and experience a situation, and God is going to bring you over. So that's all I wanted to say on that. And I know it changed the whole dynamic of the conversation, but I think it's really important for us to make sure that we note that in this platform from that conversation. So, sis, unmute yourself, baby.
I was just happily in the corner. You know, I just really want to go back and home in, because people come and watch this later, on the fact that it is always very, very difficult to say something is happening to you when it happens. A lot of
Absolutely.
times guilt is associated with this. I don't know why actually it works that way. I haven't been able to psychoanalyze that. And honestly, no one who is a psychologist has been able to definitively explain that to me in a way that makes sense to me just yet. Why does the guilt set in? How do you find that you are doing something wrong when you know you are being wronged? Nonetheless, uh, the only thing to do, I just believe that prayer is it. As much as I can talk noise, I know that the Lord, allowed. I know the Lord protected me, and protects other people. And it sounds horrible, but yes, it could be worse. Like Nakia said, some people don't survive it as far as living to see the next day. And that is really terrible. One of my professors, Jolie, you met Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
She said, when I posed, what are we supposed to do about it? She said that, how back in the day we used to watch those horrible, I don't know if they still do this in primary school or not, but we used to watch those horrible videos on hygiene and social skills and all these other things. She said we need to start teaching young men at a very early age on how to deal with the hormones they feel, because I think women have I know women have a whole lot more control over what they experience when they get turned on, so to speak, than men do. It's less intentional with them. And so she said she believes as early as fourth grade, they should start hearing and seeing images of what's happening to them and how to talk to somebody, how to deal with it, and what's right and what's wrong, what's acceptable and not acceptable when it comes to how they handle a female and themselves. And I, you know what, that is the most lucid thought I've heard to date in my quest to understand sexual assault and domestic violence and these things. Is that was the most lucid thing I heard. You know, she said, you know, forget how we punish and all of this. Let's go way on back to the root and the beginning of how it's developed in someone's life.
Yeah.
I think that's really if I had power in legislature in any way, I would push for that. I would push that that would be mandatory in all schools, public, private, charter, you name it. Every school from starting with fourth grade and on up, these seminars are a must to go to
You
for both.
know, I also heard on, I listened to 92.1 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't remember the person's name who was speaking about it, but they were talking about raising kids. It was something I didn't. My mind was in a different space. So, but the part that I did hear was someone talking about, because I'm going to be doing things with single parents, single moms. That's my area. As a single mom, I'm raising my son for the past 17 years. you know those are things that I can talk about and engage with other women about. Single men, yes, but I don't have the expertise as a single dad, but I have the expertise as a single mom. And one of the things the gentleman said was about standing in the gap, men standing in the gap with these single moms raising boys, because it's something different when you're raising a boy, when you're raising a male child by yourself. And some women will say, "Oh, I can raise my son by myself. I don't need a man to raise my son." The devil is a lie. I don't believe that. And I've been doing that for the past 17 years. And there's things that we as women can, we're not able to teach our boys and our men. Okay. We can't teach them certain things to help them prepare to become a man, for their manhood, for their hormones, their emotions that we do not understand, because we have our own set of emotions, our own set of hormones, our own set of challenges that we deal with as women and as young girls growing up. And my pastor said a couple of Sundays ago, and then it was somebody else that said it, Vaughn. I don't remember who it was, but I think you and I were either together or we both heard it or something. But it's so important that men step up. Men really need to step up. You see a single woman raising a boy, and it's not for you to go in their lives and just try to be demanding and aggressive, but show them that love and show them the heart that they need to see and experience, and show them that support. And don't give up on a boy just because he hasn't had a male in his life all of his life, or because he's challenged, or because he doesn't understand some things, or he's a bit rebellious or reserved, or he's standoffish, or he is not fully trusting. But somebody got to start somewhere. And men, as an experience, when you don't have your father in your environment or in your space on a regular basis, or you have that father, but that father isn't a healthy role model, or is that type of role model that's going to help him survive life in this world that we're living in today, and help him understand the challenges that he's going to have to go through, whether he's a white boy, black boy, Hispanic boy, Mexican boy, Puerto Rican boy, whatever nationality, color, race, creed, and sexy, whatever. There are challenges that young men are going to go through, and they need support in being groomed when it comes down to the workplace and how to prepare themselves and present themselves, or whatever the case may be. Now, we as women can talk about those things regarding our young girls because we've been through those experiences. And there's things today that young women may be going through, but I'm a 47-year-old mom. I'm not a 20-year-old mom in today's community and society of the challenges that they have to go through. Yet, it's the same thing for the men. It's the same thing for the boys. So when you see a single mom that's holding it down and doing the best that she can with the resources she have available, whether she got all the resources in the world or not a goddamn thing, it's so important that you as a man with integrity and honor and self-respect and self-love step up and extend your hand. Now, if that woman chooses not to allow you to partake in the rearing, raising, and supporting of her child and helping him mature, that's on her. But all women are not like that. So you cannot be afraid to engage with a woman who's raising a young male child. And you have, and I just want to say, I really appreciate all the men who do step up and step in. I want to say I really appreciate all the men who do take on the responsibility of marrying that woman or raising that helping her, support her in raising that young man, whether they are friends or whether they are lovers or whether they're married, whatever. I appreciate those men who do take the initiative and take themselves out of the space in the situation to help support a woman in raising and grooming a young man and a young boy to become a man and the man that God created him to be, because they're not going to be able to do it on their own if they don't have that support and that guidance that is needed in order to help them get through some of the challenges that they're going to face today. I know I said a lot, but
as long as you know,
I'm just putting it out there. What the hell? This heifer did not just say as long as you know. Girl.
I was like, she hit it. I didn't make no face. I was like, she hit it. But she heard it.
She heard it.
I was just messing with her, but I was like, damn, she let me get away with it, okay. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. But she came back from me.
She heard it.
She heard it. She was like, wait a minute.
You know what's gonna pass me. You know a lot don't get past me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting past me. Unless it's a movie. Look here. But sis,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and
your kid.
I'm gonna go ahead and use this moment to give God some. I need some coffee. God glory for Wilson Thomas and for Xavier Yafet White. I call this whole name.
Government. I am not alone.
But if he heard me say Yafet, girl, on and popping, you know, because my son Wilson. You know,
old government, y'all better y'all ever running from the popo. That one right there is gonna get
that one caught. That one is caught.
You gonna get your
cow. Come to my door. I'm gonna say, let me tell you how to find that ass, sir. Ma'am. Do you want me to call Troy Finna? Because I can call him too.
He Finna. We found one for you.
Got you one, sir. Got you one. Got you one. Got you one. Anyway, I wish I almost said my cousin's name. I'd be wanting to name drop him so hard, but out of respect for his out of respect for him, I'm keeping my mouth shut. But I did. But I will say this about my cousin. I know this is off the beaten path. I'm gonna circle back around, but I will say this about him. One time I got a letter in the mail, and I knew it was a check, and it was a big check. And it wasn't addressed to me, but it was addressed to my apartment. And I was like, well, why are you getting checks at my home? And it felt funny. It felt like, you know, you're going to call the person and say, hey, and then they know who's there and they come and try something. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't know. But there was something to me that said they might need this money. So I asked him if what did he think I should do? And he said, well, call him and put me on three-way. So he was quiet in the back and he was researching while I was talking to him. So I knew it wasn't nothing gonna just happen because he figured out, but he stuck on the phone with me to hear his his conversation. And if he heard anything that in any way reminded him of the people he take off the street and put away, then he would have said something.
You
Because
talking about
you
Wilson?
hear it. No, I'm talking about my cousin that I can't name drop.
Oh,
I
I know.
Yeah, because he wanted in 3 states, so you got to keep that under wraps.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
but Wilson, yes, him too. Now, if somebody bother me face, I can always call Wilson and say, look, this person is bothering me. If I go on a date or something, I always have the address and I send it to Wilson. He say, okay, you have this time to call me back. And if I think I'm grown and I'm gonna stay, I know that was like business, but if I think I'm grown and I'm gonna stay, then he'll be like, okay,
that camera.
call me at this time in the morning or I'm coming. And he's for real. So I really thank God. I always have to say this. I thank God for Charlotte, his wife, because she has allowed this relation. And I know she like you, the only person that has ever went up against him. Because I will tell, wait a minute, but and I be coming back for him. She said, you're the only one that understand that side of him, and don't be trying. He don't bother me. I'm sorry. He's been called a buddy hole, but I'm like, well, I kind of agree with that. So I don't know what they say about me. But the real thing is he knows how to be a father. His father was a wonderful father. And, my son ain't the only one he's been there for, but I'm so glad. And Harold pulled something one time and I had him and Zay on the same text. I didn't tell you, Slappy, because you couldn't do nothing. But after I tell the police, see, Wilson and Zay the police. After I tell, not the police, the police. That sister, she thin and she dark skinned and she got long ass fingernails and her fingernails are red and they need to be redone, the polish. And she had them brown long cigarettes and she had that little clip silver purse that is really dingy, but she keep her cigarettes and her little light on the outside. You've seen it. And that chick right there, she say words like the police and COVID. So
COVID.
COVID. My daddy say COVID. Ooh.
Okay.
Rudy be saying COVID. I don't want that COVID. I want to live to tell about this thing.
Lord have mercy.
He ain't watching. He be sharing that shit. I'm be in trouble. Okay, but anyway.
Lord have mercy.
They are the police. They are the police, okay? But then Slappy is that smooth uncle that come back around the damage and say, look, bro, I know you're doing your best, just understand that, and then your mama, da. He the one that, he the good cop. He the counselor.
Yeah.
But those two Negroes are the police.
They said it all.
And he'll come and say, well, when he got earrings, I was like, I don't want my son to get no earrings. Because you know what we grew up in, right? You know how we grew up with them earrings.
Yeah.
Y'all know that. This thing had the nerve to say, well, Mom, I'm 19 and I work and go to school. And Mr. Wilson said, and I was like, shit. Because I can always go ask Wilson. I was like, shit, he done already asked him first. I can't say it. So I just.
It ain't, at least he ain't like Bow-Legged Lou. You had that one long earring over here from Full Force. Y'all remember Full Force?
Oh, Lord.
Look, but for real,
they got that one earring over.
But I'm gonna make you laugh, Slappy. Your little homegirl, Katie Kirk, that I gave birth to.
Look, Katie, what you done now?
Katie, let me tell y'all what I did, y'all. Okay, don't talk about it. But I was gonna say Katie bought him earrings for Christmas. Okay, and they had lavender and red, and lavender red, the cubic zirconium, and I think emerald and something else. She said, "Oh, he really gonna like when he see the lavender." Y'all think I'm lying? That girl know her people. And the first thing he said was, "Ooh, some lavender ones." She was like, "See, I hate when she had those moments where she could do this to me." Mm-hmm. That's
so funny.
She'd be like, over her. I'm sorry, put my glasses back on over her little glasses. I'd be like, you know what? So I know my son. I mean, you ain't the only one that knows stuff, girl. But she is. She is the only one who knows stuff, and she knows everybody's stuff. And I caught her. She go to my mama house and just report the evening news. She will back her up to the last time that she gave her the evening news and come full throttle for it. I don't care if it's 2 days or 2 weeks. She don't miss updating her grandmother on the business of going on in this home. I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And so tonight he ya'd me. You know how you kid you like y'all, right? He ya'd me. So I'm in the kitchen. I can't make this up. I'm in the kitchen. You did, and I'm just trying to get ready to take a quick nap before the Real and Raw because I didn't sleep last night because she slept in the bed with me, and I'm not judging nobody. You know, they tell you when you have kids don't sleep in the bed because you can roll over on them, and it has happened. I unfortunately know somebody that happened to, and she smothered her baby. Smothered her baby to death. But and it's a terrible thing. But I can't do that. I don't sleep when my kids are near me in the same room because I hear them breathing. You know, when you a new mom, you listen to them breathing and stuff, you know, and I've never stopped. So if you take a breath or you turn, I wake up. And then Harold and Krista fall out beds. So Harold, you know, I called Krista by the leg when she was 4 months old. When she was a year old. And last night, this heifer, and the kid said, she said, you build a pillow fort. This heifer on top of the pillow fort on the edge of the bed. I'm like, maybe if I let her fall and go good, maybe she will desist and desist. But I called her. I said, Kristen, would you just come on? You know, so I ain't sleep. So anyway, so I'm like, I'm gonna go catch me a nap. And so she asked for something that I'm not willing to give. Oh, I was baking fish for me to eat alone. Because it's the Monday that I have my show. So everybody needs to, when I perform or what, give me room. That's what it is. Because you might say or do something that'll knock me off of my game, which ain't hard.
Yeah.
So she said, you gonna give me something? I was like, no, your sister just said she was gonna fix y'all something to eat. She was like, y'all. She sell my damn fish. And you know, when I was a teacher, I would, you know, if somebody tried to find something, somebody tried to hand me something, y'all know I love butterflies. Would try to hand me something, I snatch it. When they would hand their papers in, they'd be like, yo, Miss Stearns, what you snatch it for? Because I can. Is there a problem? No. So I snatch from kids because that's the only thing you can do to them to really piss them off. Next time you a teacher and your kid turn in, you know, they come turn these paper in when they go, snatch them from each one of them. It will bring you so much joy because they can't do shit about it.
But the sad part is that works the other way too. Because when kids snatch something out your hand, you get mad than a mug. Who you snatching from?
Brought that up. So I take some. She asked me for a new butterfly on my phone. My pop socket is a butterfly, right? Okay. So hers came off. So she was like, I found like a pack of them for like $10 on Amazon. So can I have a new one? Okay. So she brought me the Ziploc bag I have them in. And you know what I did? I snatched it. Right. So I put her butterfly on there. Gave her phone. I said, can you go put this back up in the drawer, the Ziploc bag? And we all know what she did.
She snatched it.
And she didn't just snatch it, family. She didn't snatch it like I do, because I snatches it. I snatches it. She did like this with her 2 fingers.
Oh, she did the bougie snatch. It was the bougie snatch.
This heifer is 6 years old.
And you wouldn't ready.
7 next month.
She's 6 with the bougie snatch.
She said, no, ma'am. Not at all.
The only thing she was missing was, I'll take this. All she had to do was say, I'll take this. That would have just did it.
If somebody get a camera and follow me and these people, I'm telling you, I will be a billionaire within a year.
Oh yeah.
Or at least a millionaire. That's why I've been doing my TikTok with Greta Pearls, because somebody said our show should be called Greta Pearls. I was like, you know what? I don't even know if they will put us on TV, because the stuff they will say on the commentary, you know how you do your commentary. I think CPS will come looking for me. I don't know. Like, I forgot that it was half a day to pick her up one Friday. And I was in a training at work, and the school called me and said, well, ma'am, Miss Von Greta, we sent home materials. I said, girl, I don't read that shit. You know I don't read that. I got 3 kids. I work full time. I got a talk show. I'm trying to make moves and shit. I don't have time to read that. Why you just can't call me? She said, we emailed it too. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to just go ahead and make a commitment to start reading that stuff you sent home. She said you should. I said, well, what can I pose a question? May I pose a solution? Would you just email me the extra leaflet shit that y'all send? And then that way, if I actually see something, I'll be like, this must be important.
Because it's email too.
This must be, don't be sending me a bunch of unnecessary stuff that I don't care about. Well, it's on the school calendar. I said, oh, you know what? So I pulled up the school calendar and wrote down everything, which is probably what I should have done in August. Don't talk about me. I'm doing the best I can. And I didn't mess up early release on spring break. I was there on time to pick her up. Mommy, are you going to be here on time today? Because I'm getting out early. I said, well, now that we're talking about it, from now on, when you have stuff going on, like, just run it by me, all of it, because I know She said, well, with that in mind, please know that I will be doing the what did she say? The announcements. I was like, oh, for real? When? Tomorrow. So I stayed up and did her hair and did the midnight oil, and just so she could feel live. And she went in. This is Krista, and these are your. No. She said, and please continue standing for the pledge of the Tex. Well, as we honor the Texas flag. I'm gonna put the little video together and post it. It's so cute.
I want to see it. The funny thing, I was over at laughing aside because I remember me and Hara having a conversation about lavender.
For real? I don't know why.
I love lavender too. I got lavender candles and lavender stuff all over the place. So we had 2 men just in this talking about lavender.
I need y'all to get it right.
Somebody.
I am not ashamed. Lavender is the bomb. I got lavender sprays, lavender candle. Don't get it twisted.
I have lavender plant, though I don't have it now because the freeze killed it. But I have lavender around because, if you don't know, my little cousin Anna turned me on to plants that mosquitoes don't like. And lavender is one of them. They hate lavender, so I plant it everywhere.
Don't leave that up, sis. Lavender is the best because it helps you sleep and it smells good. It feels good.
Yep. I put it in my diffuser. I put it in my diffuser at night. I put the lavender, essential oil, so it can,
I'm gonna tell you how upset I got because Old Spice has a lavender of fragrance, and I went in the store one day and they didn't have it. I must have had a fit.
Wait,
you didn't try Amazon?
But you know what? These
I ain't think about Amazon.
Old Spice again. These people are liking
Old Spice.
Yes.
Oh, swagger. Yeah, Old Spice Swagger body wash with lavender. Yes. Yes.
Harold uses that. You know that, right?
Yes. I'm telling you.
That was you that told him about it.
I'm telling you, it's where it is. It's where it is.
Is there something about Old Spice that these dudes are liking it? So look,
I'm gonna order some now when I get off this thing.
Oh Lord,
I forgot about Amazon.
I don't know how.
I'm Amazon Prime. All right, go ahead.
Me too.
Oh, we share something.
Every time I start talking, he started talking.
KT.
I just like when you say something we got in common, I feel excited. That's all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
KTTV, shout out to KTTV. He said that it is National Single Parents Day today, and it's not midnight yet. So praise the Lord. I want to shout
Happy
out.
National Single Parents Day, sis.
It is.
Yes, happy.
Have done a. I should have spoke on that today. I didn't. I was going to do a video earlier, but I was just like in a whole different space. But thank you so much, KT, for sharing with us that it is National Single Parents Day, and I'm glad we had an opportunity to have the conversation about being a single parent. So that just solidified everything. That is so great. So now, Slappy, you can go on keep on talking since you was talking on top of me.
Because it's
Well,
11 o'clock.
anything I can do on top of you, I'm happy. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I just love it that we had stuff in common. I just got excited. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cut them. So sis, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna cut them. So sis, I just want to say we was only supposed to be on here for 20 minutes. The last time we said we only gonna be on here 30 minutes, we was on here almost 2 hours. We've been on here 52 minutes, and it's all Slappy, the Slappy Payne fault.
I will take that.
That is a very long straw.
I will take it.
Isn't it?
Well, let me say this about our guest, because I never did say anything about the guest. First of all, it is always lovely to see chocolate people being highlighted in pageants and stuff like that. That is beautiful, especially our plus size women. That is always beautiful as well. That they're now getting the respect, because plus size women are beautiful. And the voluptuous women are always been in. A lot of people just didn't know it. Okay. And lastly on this is allow me to apologize to her and any other woman that has dealt with anything from our men. I apologize for my gender. One, but two, also I want to speak on behalf of the men. Men in general, we also know that we go through some of the same things as well, but it is looked upon differently. And because it is looked upon differently, we don't feel like we can say anything. And let me speak on behalf. I was molested when I was younger as well. So coming from a man, it is okay. It is okay to be able to put yourself out there in vulnerability. Because a lot of times in this society is as a man that has been molested or a man that say they've been raped, they're looked upon in certain areas and certain levels of being weak. And that is not the case. It happens. I know we're supposed to be these big, bad, tough men. They can't let a woman rape us, but it happens. You may not hear about it as much, but it happens. And for those men that have gone through molestation, gone through being raped or things of that sort, it is okay to go ahead and speak it and still be that man you need to be. Trust me, I am not at the least bit lack of confidence in my manhood. Never. Because I love the man that I am. And I've went through things just like everyone else. But the molestation, a lot of times as young people, young kids, a lot of times we don't even know what it is we're going through at that moment.
Right. Absolutely.
But as you get older, you hear people and you see the signs and you see the stories, you realize I went through the same thing. But at that time, I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. I didn't understand it. And then you sit and think about these are people that did it. These people are people a lot of times that are close to us, that we trusted. And it's a horrible, horrible thing. But I say this to the men on behalf of our women. God put these women here for us as a gift. Yeah. To us, from us. took a piece of us to create this gift for us. How can we mistreat them? Y'all think about that, man. How can we mistreat them? So shout out to Miss Henry. And by the way, Miss Henry, let me say this to you. I tried to pull you up on Instagram. It don't say Power Coach Sheila on there. I can't find you. So I don't know if you changed your name or what, but you need to give me the correct information or we're going to have a problem. Because I want to see this plus size in all her glory. I want to see pictures, everything. Because I supports beauty. If nobody else does.
So I will make sure that I share that information before we get off of here.
And also to support, thank you very kindly, and also to support our women. I have a rose. Everybody gives red roses. That is so cliche.
But I like your rose because it's full of money. That's nettle. that one will last.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is a rose in honor of all our women.
That is beauty slap.
Somebody could put something like that together with little hundreds.
Oh,
right.
That rose probably won't last as long. It'll probably be taken apart very, very, very easily. But I love my women. I love y'all. I thank God for y'all. Y'all are important. This world, they say, James said this is a man's world, but it'd be nothing without a woman. Bump that.
Man's world.
Bump that. This is a woman's world. Because I'm going to tell you what, a man can't do nothing without a woman. Everything that has happened in history has happened most of the time for or because of a woman. Wars have started and ended over women.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So y'all appreciate our women. I love y'all, man. And y'all keep being the beautiful, fine individuals that y'all are. And hopefully our men will get it and we'll start respecting y'all.
Man, it's Power Coach Sheila, POWER COACHSHELIA. That's her Instagram page.
ELIA. Okay, maybe that couldn't because I put SHEILA. Okay.
Well, sometimes Sheila is spelled that way, so that is confusing.
Right.
So
and it's all together SHELIA. So that's
and y'all
her.
Y'all also remember what Alexa said about the definition of genre. Okay, and I'm done. But I got a flower for you, so there you go.
So with that being said, sis, what give me two things that you're grateful for, love.
I'm grateful for getting through vertigo.
Oh yes.
This was the first day I didn't have to take medication in 2.5 weeks.
That's a blessing.
Mm-hmm. That was so ugly.
And what else?
But anyway, I'm really grateful for God's romantic nature. He romanced me very, very deeply on Sunday, and and that is and not that I'm saying a third, but I am saying that I'm grateful for Pastor Cornelius Carroll and Yolanda Carroll of Abundant Love Christian Center, Webster, Texas. You know, the way he preaches, the way he ordered his hamburger. He's just real. I sat next to a girl in church, and this man was like, and then Moses said.
That's
and this is a refined sister. She dark skinned and she refined. She leaned into me and she said, now you know he don't order his hamburger like that. And I just never forgot that note.
You'd be surprised though.
Because you know I'm a live. It's funny. I'm screaming.
You'll be surprised though.
And what is your name, child? Von Greta. Well, how long have you been working here, Von Greta? Oh, a little over a year. Oh, bless the Lord. Ain't it good? Won't he supply all your needs rich in according to his riches and glory? I guess, but I had asked you, do you want a double cheeseburger? And
May I have
I would like a
cheese
double
with extra
cheeseburger.
pickles?
Make sure you
Tell them
put
to hold the onions.
a
Hey,
piece of cheese on every piece of meat
on every piece of meat.
and
Allow, I
butter the
don't
bread
want the
before you
red ring
toast
of death. I don't want it. That's the devil. Just give me the legs,
My
the
God.
legs,
and
the
and the
legs.
whole Jesus, Lord, just like Jesus held on to his faith.
Hey,
Hold the onions.
hold.
Lord have mercy.
I was on the phone with Pastor Cornelius, and he only called to ask how I was doing. But I was in my garden and I was processing. So when he asked me, well, I told him, which meant we wasn't off the phone in 5 minutes. And he even said, I just called to see how you were doing.
Like Jesus held on to his faith.
I love that he was real enough to say that to me, but he ordered he and Yolanda's lunch, and I was like, I'm sitting in front of you because I'm a first rower, and I'm like, you that way all the time, and it just has ushered me back into the building church, and I'm grateful for that. Now,
Jesus held
I went the path of humor, but it just happened that way. What'd you say, Slappy?
like Jesus held on to his faith.
You better hold those onions, saints. Oh, don't let the devil whisper a lie in your head telling you it's good for me.
Wait, sir, would you like a drink with that? Lord, if it be your will, let this cup pass me. No, sir, I don't want any drink.
I stopped drinking liquor back in 78. Don't you tempt me, Satan. Sir, I was talking about a Coca-Cola or some Sprite. But we got some sweet tea. Oh, well, give me sweet tea. Y'all got lemons.
Well, you know what's sweeter than that sweet tea? Hey.
I don't know. The last time I tasted something sweet was when I was messing with Maylene. I didn't know she was going out. The next thing you know that Satan will tempt you. Lord Jesus, she was going up my leg a certain way. And I mean, Sister Shirley didn't have. Ain't got nothing on but I'm blessed and God forgave me, and so I'm back on the pulpit. Hallelujah. This is my first sermon. You should come by and listen to me preach. Your total be 1722. Can you just run to the window, get your food, and go home somewhere, sir?
I have no idea of what just happened. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this as a replay myself because I have no idea of what just occurred in this entire conversation.
Your total is 1725, sir.
1725. Can you just please, sir? Can you just come get your food and go home?
Just 1725, sir. Give me your money.
Fact, if you just come, you don't even have to pay because my manager said you remind her of her ex-husband and she don't want to be at her establishment. So I just drop your food on the windowsill. You can take it for free. It's on
when the person at the counter say next, he turns around. Will there be one? Let them come by fries. Chicken sandwich.
Oh, milkshake, Jesus.
Oh, milkshake.
This is when you know people are sleeping. They need to go straight to bed.
This is what I deal with. I don't know.
She don't even know what happened. What happened? We was talking about grateful.
It don't take long to come off the rails.
No, I asked for 2 things that you're grateful for.
And I kind of said too.
It went into a whole nother 30-minute conversation.
She would have been fine if she didn't say like Jesus held on to his faith on the onion.
I would have been okay if I missed
out after that. I was done.
Just like Judas held on to those with 30 silver coins. Hallelujah. And like Judas let go of that money to crucify my Savior, you better let go of those jalapenos. Don't put them nowhere near me.
Let me tell you what I'm grateful for. I'm gonna say one thing. I don't care how my Monday went. When it's real and raw Monday night, I'm okay. Thank you, Jesus, for that. That line is gonna stick with me for the rest of the night.
You know what Jesus said? Jesus said, hold them onions, saint. Hold them. Don't you let the onions go.
I don't know what to do with y'all.
I love y'all women.
I love you too, Slap. I got that.
Oh Lord. So
my side hurt.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm grateful for all of this right here.
I love the way you say all.
All of this. I can't even get my fingers. All of this. Down and to the side. All of this. This is what I'm grateful for right here. All of this. Because
that's Philadelphia coming out.
Yeah, it is. I love it when she says all.
This is what life is all about. Real and raw conversation, love, friendship, craziness, Jesus, all the throwed offness.
Look, sis, Slappy laughing because in our heads we still coming up with more of them.
That is so true.
I'm over here.
And I'm sitting here like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Cut the damn mayo.
Why is she crying, y'all? Y'all see the tears coming out from her eyes.
Like Eve served that fruit, babies, hand me that bag better. Understand that you are approaching a man of glory.
You put them fries in that fiery grease like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Y'all would think I don't know the Bible, right? Because all this here that we listen to.
And can you cut the burger in half like Moses? Parted the Red Sea. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nakia. Go. It did off. Go ahead.
This is what I'm grateful for. No matter what your day look like, your experience or otherwise. This right here. Thank y'all for joining us on the Real and Raw Talk Show. After the show, after party, Nakia Franklin, Von Greta, and Slappy Payne. Because they asses can't say shit.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Remember to like and follow us on all social media platforms. A special thanks to our guests, sponsors, and audience members. We are grateful for your support of our programming. If you would like to become a guest or sponsor one of our shows, please email us at info.realrawtalkshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. This has been a Von Greta Studios production where we are creating without limits in association with Social Integration, specializing in socially integrated programs and services. The views and opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Real and Raw Talk Show with Nakia Franklin and Von Greta. Any content provided are opinions and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. Stay connected And join us for our next conversation on first and third Monday of every month, where there are no boundaries and no judgments.